This story was sent to us by one of our viewers, Darin, from Lucknow. It is an unforgettable tale from the life of his father, Muhammad Ujar, which he always used to tell his children. This incident happened with Ujar when he was all his friends had planned to stay there that night, but Ujar had to return home, so he set out alone for home. At that time, it wasn't too late at night, and Ujar wasn't afraid of ghosts or spirits. In fact, Ujar believed that ghosts and spirits were all completely false and nonsense. And some people use such lies and nonsense for their personal gain. Uzair was speeding his bike towards home. He had covered about half the distance when suddenly he saw a woman standing on the road dressed in bridal attire, asking for a lift. The puzzling thing was that the girl to Uzair However, here Uzair thought that maybe the girl was in some trouble. He stops his bike right where the girl was standing. "Did you need to go somewhere?" But no words were coming out of the girl's mouth. She was just standing there staring at Uzair. Despite Uzair repeatedly asking, she only pointed forward. If you don't mind, can I drop you there?" Meanwhile, the girl got on Uzair's bike and Uzair took off with her from there. After traveling some distance, he felt something poking at his waist and he but the girl kept digging her nails into Uzair's back repeatedly. This time, Uzair got very angry with the girl and told her to stop doing that. Despite the girl repeatedly hurting Uzair, he did not want to leave her in such deserted places because Uzair got angry at her. And maybe the girl felt bad about it. Thinking this, Uzair continued talking to her. After going some distance, some police officers appeared in front and stopped Uzair. "You each ke tasa." Just going to drop them off. The police officers looked at Uzair in surprise. "Are you crazy?" "Who, madam? Where is she? Why are you joking?" "Sir." Saying this, as soon as Uzair turned back, there was really no one behind him, and he was very surprised by this. And the police officers told him to go home. After this, Uzair returned home. As soon as he reached home, Uzair felt a burning sensation on his back. When he took off his shirt to look, Nenti Hantas. Then he saw two big scratches on his waist from which blood was oozing. That night, Uzair couldn't sleep. He was thinking about that girl the entire night. He couldn't understand how the girl suddenly disappeared and why she would want to make these scratches on his back. He was thinking like this when his eyes fell on the curtains of the room and he saw someone's shadow there. "Ami, you haven't slept." But there was no response from there. And when they went to check, there was no one. And that shadow had disappeared from there. Uzair went to his parents' room to check. And his parents were sleeping at that time. This was happening with Uzair for the first time, and they were very scared. Their throat was dry from fear, so they went to drink water. And while they were drinking water, they saw something in the mirror on the dining table that made them Uki ake mena tata asa te tade tade a tade. The water jug slipped from their hands. They saw in the mirror on the dining table where completely missing, and the reflection of that same woman was visible. Uzair quickly understood that the one he had given a lift was a witch. Terrified by this, as soon as Uzair turned to run from there, he saw that witch.
Seeing him like this, others panicked and fainted right there.
Many years had passed since that time, but from then until today, Uzair neither saw that witch nor felt her presence in his house. Yet the incident from that night still prevents Uzair from sleeping peacefully.